Hello everyone, welcome back to another Iceberg video. Today we will take a look at the Family Guy Lost Media Iceberg. It is a pretty short one, so just sit back and relax and let's jump right into the video. Family Guy Online. Family Guy Online was a browse-based MMO game set in the world of Family Guy. Launched in April 2012, it allowed players to create their own character in the likeness of the show's art style and explore a 3D version of Quahog. Players could interact with other characters and even team up with iconic characters like Peter, Stewie, and Brian on quests. Despite its potential, the game had a short lifespan and shut down by January 2013, largely due to technical issues and a lack of player retention. The game's closure left behind a small amount of available content. Some assets, gameplay videos, and concept art have survived thanks to fans, but much of the game remains lost, including server data and unreleased expansions. Road to Death prototypes. In a unique twist during a zombie invasion in Quahog, Death is on vacation and it's up to the Griffin family and other Family Guy characters to bring him back to work. The game, which evolved into Family Guy Back to the Multiverse, started development in 2010 with Heavy Iron Studios. Initially, it featured a third-person shooter format with cel-shaded graphics, melee combat, and various weapons to fight zombies, while incorporating the show's signature humor and pop culture references. 3 versions of the game were made, with the first 2 put aside because Seth MacFarlane didn't like the violent content. The final version focused on a sequel to the Road to the Multiverse episode and was announced for a fall 2012 release. While Back to the Multiverse was released on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, the earlier prototypes were never released, although some game parts and trailers have been shared online. Unair Fox Pilot. Fox provided Seth MacFarlane with a modest budget of $50,000 to create the Family Guy pilot, while most animated pilots typically cost around $1 million. Seth spent 6 months animating the pilot at home, collaborating with Jim Keeshan Productions. However, Jim Keeshan claimed full credit for the pilot and filed a lawsuit against Fox and Seth on June 1, 1999, which was dismissed by December 28, 2000. Although the first 7 minutes of the pilot can be found in the Family Guy Volume 2 DVD, released on September 9, 2003, the rest of the pilot remains lost. Evidence of its existence includes low-quality images from a fan's tripod site and snippets seen in an interview with Seth. 7 QuickTime clips of the full 15-minute pilot were once available for download but are no longer accessible, leaving many details unknown. Multiverse ports. Family Guy Back to the Multiverse, a 2012 action-adventure game featuring Stewie and Brian, had rumored cancelled ports for platforms such as the Wii U and PS Vita. These potential versions were likely scrapped due to the game's mixed reviews and poor sales, though no concrete evidence has surfaced. Death has a shadow pilot. The Death has a shadow pilot refers to the early, rough version of the first ever Family Guy episode, Death has a shadow. Like many animated series, Family Guy likely underwent numerous changes between its initial pitch and the final version that aired. The pilot version would have likely included rough animation, different voice performances, and possibly cut or altered scenes. Though the basic plot remains intact in the final aired version, it's believed that some deleted scenes or different takes on jokes were part of the earlier versions. These could exist only in the vaults of Fox or within the show's production team, making them a tantalizing piece of lost media for fans. Lost Japanese dubs. Family Guy was briefly dubbed into Japanese, with notable differences in voice and cultural translation. However, not all seasons were fully dubbed, and much of it remains rare and hard to find. Scattered clips online have made the Japanese dub a sought-after piece of lost media. Family Guy on Teletoon. Teletoon is a Canadian animation network that aired Family Guy after its initial cancellation by Fox. During the early 2000s, Family Guy episodes were sometimes edited or slightly altered for Canadian audiences, and for a while, these specific edits were thought to be lost. Eventually, these episodes were found through various fan efforts and uploads. Family Guy's Think Desktop Screenmate. In the early 2000s, Think Desktop Screenmate was a downloadable program that allowed fans to have Family Guy characters like Peter or Stewie roam across their desktop, performing various animations and making quips from the show. These programs were part of the virtual desktop companion trend at the time, which also included characters from other popular TV shows and movies. Unfortunately, as technology progressed and these type of programs fell out of favor, the Family Guy Screenmate became harder to find and official download links vanished. Very few copies of the software exist today, making it a rare and nostalgic piece of Family Guy history for those who remember it. Samsung Doorways. Samsung Doorways refers to a promotional or interactive experience involving Family Guy and the Samsung brand. Samsung has collaborated with various media franchises over the years for exclusive content or marketing gimmicks, and it's believed that Family Guy was involved in one such promotion. Details around this promotion are vague, but it may have involved a digital experience accessible through Samsung products like smart TVs, phones, or an online portal. The limited nature of this promotion has resulted in very little information or footage of Samsung Doorways being preserved, making it another rare entry in the lost media world. Stewie in Total Request Live. During Family Guy's early 2000s resurgence, Stewie Griffin appeared on Total Request Live, MTV's iconic music video countdown show. This appearance was part of a promotional push for the show, with Stewie interacting with the hosts and poking fun at pop culture, music videos, and celebrities. The footage from this special event has become difficult to find, and it's not available on official DVDs or streaming services. TRL was a product of its time, and much of its unique guest content, like Stewie's appearance, hasn't been properly archived, making it a lost piece of Family Guy promotional history. Kate Pewterschmidt. Kate Pewterschmidt is a character related to Lewis's wealthy family, the Pewterschmidts. Early drafts of Family Guy scripts or concept notes might have included Kate as one of Louise's siblings or relatives. However, she was either never introduced or cut from the final version of the show's canon. I did come across a pretty good theory from a Reddit user saying, "They probably cut it since it's the same joke as Hugo, Bart Simpson's evil twin brother from The Simpsons. Probably a good call." The Caviar Eater deleted scene. In the episode Peter, Caviar Eater, there's a cutaway scene that makes fun of De Beers diamond commercials. At first, the scene showed a woman bending down toward a man after he gave her a diamond, hinting at oral sex. However, the suggestive part was removed in later broadcasts and home releases. It's kinda funny because the show has included much more explicit jokes in later episodes. Simpsons/Family Guy Adult Swim crossover 2015 promo. In 2015, Adult Swim aired both Family Guy and The Simpsons reruns as part of their programming block. To promote this, a crossover promo was created, featuring characters from both shows interacting in humorous ways. This promo was a unique collaboration between the two shows outside of their actual crossover episode and was intended to hype up the rerun schedule. Since it aired only briefly, this promo has largely disappeared from the internet, and Adult Swim's promotional materials aren't always well archived. As a result, fans who remember this rare crossover commercial have had a difficulty tracking it down. Family Guy Titan Comics. Titan Comics published a series of Family Guy comics, which were short stories based on the humor and style of the TV show. These comics were released in limited runs, and while they had a small fan base, they didn't gain widespread attention. Over the years, many of these comics have gone out of print, and some issues are nearly impossible to find, especially online. The rarity of these comics has made them a prized possession among collectors of Family Guy merchandise, but the stories themselves remain largely unknown to the wider fanbase, leaving them as a part of the show's lost media. Family Guy and Duncanville Hulu ad. A Hulu ad promoted Family Guy and Duncanville, featuring a crossover scenario with the characters from both shows. Likely poking fun at each other or streaming culture, it has since become hard to find after its limited run, making it a rare and obscure piece of promotional lost media. Family Guy Live was a special stage event where the cast performed live readings of episodes and original skits in front of an audience. While some performances were recorded, much of the content remains exclusive to those who attended, making it a rare and memorable experience. TBS Family Guy Intro. When Family Guy reruns aired on TBS, the network created its own unique bumpers and intros specifically tailored to the channel. These bumpers may have included unique animations or edits made for TBS, changing them from the Fox broadcasts. However, these network-specific intros and bumpers were not widely preserved, and fans who remember them from TBS reruns would have had a hard time finding them online today. We Wish You a Merry Christmas promo. This was a special holiday promo where the Family Guy characters sang "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." It was likely aired during the holiday season as part of a broader Fox holiday campaign. The promo featured custom animations and potentially unique gags from the characters that tied into the holiday theme. Since it was a seasonal promo, it aired only briefly and wasn't included in any DVD or Blu-ray releases.